April 21, 2025, the whole world was shocked when the Vatican officially announced Pope Francis has passed away in the Lord at the age of 88, a pope of humility, of mercy and service, now has gone to heaven. He was not only the leader of the Catholic Church, but also a beacon of love and hope in a world full of turmoil. December 17, 1936, in a peaceful working-class neighborhood in Buenos Aires, Argentina, a baby boy was born with the name Jorge Mario Bergoglio. No one expected that child born into an Italian immigrant family to carry within him a destiny that would change the entire history of the Catholic Church. Jorge grew up in the harshness of poverty, but also in a home filled with love and deep faith, simplicity, kindness, and a heart sensitive to the pain of others, formed a man who later the world would know as the Pope of the Poor. March 13, 2013, in St. Peter's Square, under the gaze of millions, Cardinal Jorge Mario Bergoglio, officially elected as the 266th Pope. After Benedict XVI announced his resignation, he chose a name that had never appeared before in the history of the papacy, Francis. Inspired by St. Francis of Assisi, the saint of poverty, of peace, and of love for all, from the first moment of his public appearance, Pope Francis bowed before thousands of faithful, asking everyone to pray for him, a humble gesture, ushering in a new era, full of compassion and renewal. During his 12 years on the throne of St. Peter, Pope Francis has left behind countless profound human imprints. He is not only a spiritual leader, but also a father who knows how to listen to the sighs of today's world. One of the most important messages that he left is Laudato Si, an urgent call to protect our common home, the earth, in the midst of humanity facing the climate crisis and the destruction of nature. He writes about Mother Earth, not in dogmatic language, but with a heart moved by the beauty and pain of this blue planet. To the LGBTQ+ community, the Holy Father does not use judgmental words, but offers openness and compassion. He once said, "If a person seeks God and has goodwill, who am I to judge?" A quote that touched the hearts of millions around the world. He was a strong voice for migrants, for the abandoned, for those on the margins of society. Not only with words, he also chose to live a simple life. In the true spirit of Francis, he refused to live in the lavish papal palace and chose to stay at the Santa Marta guest house, a simple, cozy place where he could live closer to the priests and the laity. It was this way of life that made people call him the Pope of the Poor, a gentle flame in a world full of division and suffering. February 2025, the whole world was worried when the Vatican announced Pope Francis was hospitalized with severe pneumonia, although he later recovered and was discharged. But his health continued to decline. His body was exhausted, but his spirit remained strong. And then, on the morning of April 21st, 2025, in peace, in his simple residence within the Vatican, Pope Francis gently breathed his last, closing a journey of life, not to be served, but to serve each person, each suffering soul, throughout the world. He left, without power, with love, and footprints imprinted in the hearts of humanity. Pope Francis, not only a great religious leader, but also a beacon, guiding millions of people, overcoming prejudice, living with tolerance, and loving more. He sowed the seeds of kindness in the barren lands of selfishness and hatred. He lived a life as a living testimony to the gospel of love. Now, we bow our heads to bid farewell to a father, a friend, a teacher of the world. May his soul rest in peace with God. His legacy, love, kindness, and humility will not fade, but will live on in the hearts of those he touched, even if only once, with a look, a word, or a loving silence. Dear brothers and sisters, in this sacred moment, let us join together in prayer For the soul of Pope Francis, a faithful servant of God, may the merciful God welcome him to his eternal rest, where there is no more suffering, only light and peace. May the community continue to pray so that his legacy, love, tolerance, humility may continue and spread in every action, in every heart, in every community throughout the 5 continents. May God protect the Church and grant the world pastors who know how to live as he lived, to love, to serve, and to sacrifice. With deep respect, I bow my head. Farewell, Pope Francis, a small man, but who left a great heart for all humanity. If you're watching this video, please take a minute to write a prayer or share your thoughts in the comments section. Each line is a prayer, is a sacred flower, ending Pope Francis to heaven. He may have left this world, but the love and light he left behind will remain in our hearts forever.